thank you for being with us today. This is Outside with Sean, and we're starting a new segment that we're going to call Nature in the News. And we're going to highlight some news stories that involve animals, possibly at the zoo, possibly out and about while people are hiking. And then we're going to walk through them and comment on them and see what all of the details are there. The story that caught my attention, you might have already heard about. This is a wolf attack at a zoo. This happened in Michigan City, Indiana, just outside of Chicago. Two employees were injured in a wolf attack in Michigan City, Indiana. The Parks Department reported that one of the zoo's wolves died of natural causes. Tuesday evening, following the animal's death, two of the caretakers, get this, working inside the wolf habitat, were attacked by other wolves in the enclosure. And what that tells me is that for some reason, they decided to go into the enclosure while there were animals still loose. Now, this isn't to say that we're trying to cast aspersions on the animals that were at play here, because most predatory animals have built-in instincts and survival patterns that they use for their specific species, and so it isn't to cast aspersion on them. But there are protocols when dealing with these kinds of animals, especially when they have the potential to hurt people, and steps that the workers usually follow to ensure that the workers are safe and that the animals are not unnecessarily harmed. But according to Michigan City Police, both employees were transferred to a nearby hospital for medical care. Authorities say that one worker sustained only minor injuries. I think it was a bite to the arm, based on some of the stories that I've seen. While the other, which is a 39-year-old woman, unnamed at this point, suffered numerous injuries affecting much of her body. So I got to thinking, is a wolf just like a big dog? We know that a big dog can be very vicious and cause a lot of problems. But a wolf, they are much more powerful than even some of the biggest dogs that we keep. Wolves are a powerful predator that demands a great deal of respect and care and caution. An adult gray wolf can weigh anywhere from 60 to 120 pounds, with some large males exceeding 140 pounds, measuring 4.5 to 6.5 feet in length from nose to tail. That is a huge animal. A wolf's bite force is estimated to be more than 400 pounds per square inch, allowing it to crush bones and bring down large prey such as deer, elk, and moose. Wolves can run at speeds of 35 to 40 miles an hour and are capable of traveling many miles in a single day. And I've seen videos where wolves can run all day long without stopping. They're that powerful. Because wolves are wild animals, even those raised and cared for in captivity can react unpredictably. When stressed, threatened, excited, or responding to pack behavior, animal care workers must follow strict safety procedures. They must maintain constant awareness of their surroundings and avoid becoming complacent around these powerful predators. Proper training, secure enclosures, and careful handling practices are essential to protect both the animals and the people who work with them. Officials at the Parks Department stated that both individuals are currently in the hospital in stable condition. An investigation into the incident is underway and is being conducted both by the department and zoo management. The zoo remains open to visitors. However, the primary wolf exhibit has been temporarily closed as staff continue observing the animals and evaluating the circumstances surrounding the attack. The report points to a human procedure failure, not a cage or hardware failure. One worker asked another to enter the wolf's exhibit to help during a routine health exam. Now, that was reported in one story, and then in the other story, they said that a wolf had died of natural causes, and the workers decided to enter in there. And the attack happened inside the enclosure. Coverage also says that the wolves were in small cages afterward, suggesting staff were working in close proximity to the animals when the incident occurred. So, entering the exhibit with active wolves present was the crux of this problem. So, it's interesting to note what changes might take place there at the zoo after this incident to ensure that that doesn't happen again. The reported attack happened after they went into the enclosure. What is not yet clear? Officials have not publicly laid out a full incident review in the coverage I found, so I can't say exactly which written protocol was violated. So I'd say that the story will be updated soon. We'll know what happened there. Now, on a more lighter note regarding wolves, there is a company behind the project to bring back an extinct species of the dire wolf, and it seems that they have been able to do that. They reportedly were roaming the planet 10,000 years ago, I guess based on the bones and things that they found. But the company behind the project is called Colossal Bioessences. Now, this is a Dallas-based biotechnology and de-extinction company founded by tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb and Harvard geneticist George Church. The progress they have made and the scientific nuances behind it and what lies ahead reveal a complex and fascinating initiative. So the current progress on this project to bring back the extinct species of the dire wolf, scientists mapped DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth found in Ohio and a 72,000-year-old bone from Idaho. They identified 20 targeted genetic modifications across 14 specific genes that separate gray wolves from dire wolves, altering traits like skull size, bone density, and tail length and coat color. So apparently there are 3 living pups. So they have successfully done this. The pups, 3 modified wolves, survived infancy. 2 males named Romulus and Remus, born October 1st in 2024, and a female named Khalesi, Khaleesi, born January 30th, 2025. They live in a secure 2,000-acre ecological preserve in an undisclosed location in the United States, cared for by a dedicated husbandry team. Staff note that they display strictly wild, non-dog-like behaviors. So they're able to do this is fascinating. Think about that. They took a species that it was extinct, and they were able to use genetics to bring them back. Is just fascinating. So what's next? Colossal's roadmap involves expanding this scientific project while pushing forward on their even larger de-extinction goals. So they're going to be looking at bringing back the woolly mammoth, I think the dodo bird, and a couple of other ones here. Alongside the Direwolf project, reports Colossal used its advanced cloning techniques to successfully clone 4 red wolves, an incredibly endangered modern species with fewer than just 20 individuals left in the wild. Moving forward, the company plans to use this biorescue technology to inject crucial genetic diversity back into the modern species on the brink of extinction. So this segment here that I did based on the wolf attack in Michigan City at the Washington Park Zoo, I wanted to end it on a positive note. I'm sure they're going to be going through steps at that zoo to modify and change and reshore up their procedures so that nothing like this happens again. Remember, they are wild animals. I think of the expression, you can take the wolf out of the wild, but you cannot take the wild out of the wolf. Care has to be exercised around any large predatory animals like this. But also the fact that there are efforts by this company, Colossal, to bring back extinct species, including the dire wolf, which it seems like they're already successful, and also maybe to save the red wolf. So you've been Outside with Sean. Thank you so much for watching.